we wanted to reach people because we were like, there's something about this that isn't right. Why are we requiring people to do all these different things? But when you look at the first person that Jesus recruited on his squad was like, hey, come over to the house. We're having a house party.
For sure.
Who else do we think is there? You know what I mean? And
how about the last guy he talked to?
The thief on the cross.
Was pretty rough.
It's but so that is definitely why.
It's tough. I feel like a lot of the people I talked to at the time, and I know you probably had some people that came into your church that I felt like they were given a 12-step program to get to Christ. It's like it is not 12 steps here. There's not. Now 12-step programs, by the way, again, can be great for a multitude of things. But it's not about, that's not grace.
No.
And, and so it is weird. So then, we had, I'll tell you a quick story. We had there was a time when we were promoting the church and, we had a youth group from, kind of a main campus where we were associated with. They came up and wanted to do kind of community hours. So they came in, they cleaned the theater, repainted walls, did all this. And it was great. The theater they loved the fact that we were pouring into them, and it was so great because it wasn't ours, right? We were renting it. And so they cleaned it up. They made it great, all this stuff. And then the theater allowed us to throw like a concert on like a Saturday night, and the youth kids did it. And I gave a message. And we were standing out there in Little Five Points as people walking by. We're like, hey, we have a free service. We're going to have great music. And we did rock music and worship music, all that. And they were like, what's going on? And we didn't want to like trick people. So we're like, it is a church. And I remember I was standing there with another pastor, and this guy asked us, he said, so it's a church? And he was like, yeah. And he goes, so are you like all those churches that judge everybody? And he's like, well, first off, we hope we're like, there's lots of churches out there that are doing pretty good. And there's a lot of churches that are doing bad. Right. And we hope we're like all the ones that are leaning into grace and loving people really well. And we hope we're not like any of the other ones that have caused you problems. That's what we hope. But he goes, so you're not hypocrites. He's like, no. We're full hypocrites. Full on hypocrites. He's like, we just know we are, and we're going to be upfront with you about it. And I thought that was such a great answer. I thought that was such a great answer. The guy came in, and he started becoming part of our community. And I thought it was great, but it was such a great answer because that's when you're honest with yourself. So I know there's a lot of great churches, and I don't want to put anybody down other than those Westboro Baptist Church people. Those guys can go fly a kite. They got some for sure. Signs. Those guys can go fly a kite. Those are some of the people that cause church hurt, right?
Yeah.
Those are some of the groups that are kind of giving grace a bad name.
Or the guy that says that like you're not a man unless you stand up at the urinal. You seen that guy?
No.
He's like literally like using scripture to say if you sit down on the toilet and you're a man, you're not really a man. You have to stand up at a urinal.
I'm not sure where that one is.
The red letters?
Yeah,
I'm not sure where that one is.
It's crazy. Like he has all of this stuff,
I've seen
he's
the
just
skirt
like going
stuff
crazy.
and the pants stuff, and there's all kinds of things.
You got to stand up to people.
Yeah, and they're not supposed to play probably football because the pigs.
Or cards.
I don't know.
Go to an amusement park.
I mean, you can go so crazy. It gets sometimes there are groups of Christians I think are silently happy about being the exclusive club of those getting into heaven. Right?
Yeah.
They're like silent, and it's like no. I want everybody. I don't want anybody to miss out. And the thing is I don't see Jesus and God. I don't see the Holy Spirit. I don't see the Trinity. I don't see our Creator as being this a sky daddy, right? It's just going to give me everything. But I also don't see him as being this abusive father either, right? I mean, he's a good father, and a good father loves you unconditionally in a way that's so great, right?
Is so powerful.
Absolutely.
It's about the brother. It's about the dad. It's about.
But it's very easy to have this message changed.
It is.
I know you started in your church. What I loved about it is called the Bar Church, which I know you guys. Now you're not. You guys aren't doing the same bar church. Your wife, though, by the way, is heavily involved in it and was speaking and preaching there as well. And she's doing a lot of stuff still currently in a lot of conferences and things of that nature. But what are you guys doing? I know what she's doing a lot of stuff, but I should have done that after the you played the 7-question what the hell do I know game, but give us like before we keep going, give us like a little bit of where you are now.
Where I am now. So we actually closed the church in May 2021, right? We were literally like on the outs. And I want to take a moment, like, I need to give you like some love, some flowers, because like I called you like in the midst of like all this crazy stuff, and you and my pastor were the only one was like, hey, you might need to rethink this church thing and work on your family. Yeah. Everybody else was like, no, you need to keep doing this. And they were the only two, right? So I got to give you your flowers for that, man, because it was because of that, you guys, that y'all did that. And so
when it doesn't take away from all the good, but there are times where like you've got to kind of like take an inventory.
Right.
And I know that kind of like, I mean, when you're launching a church, you're juggling so many balls.
So many things.
And there's plenty of churches that continue on. But I had to walk with my group into other churches as well and just said, this has gotten to a point I've given what I can give right now, you know, and I've hit that.
That's what we did.
And
that's what we did. And so when we closed, you know, I literally had like stepped away from ministry completely. I was like,
dude,
it hurts,
feel it,
just
baby.
like you say,
I feel it, baby.
It hurts. Like I'm sitting here and I'm really gifted in tech. Like my handle for Instagram is Pastor in Tech. Like
we'll flash it up. We'll flash it up on the screen.
I do a lot of like tech talks. I do a lot of giving back to the community. I just went to Jamaica in October, spoke to 3 colleges out there. Like just I'm really heavily involved. So that's like really where my grace is or where my expertise is. So I was just like, you know what? Like I was so confused because I said, how can I be so great at one thing and an utter failure at another? And I literally looked at us closing the church as a failure.
But it is not, brother. Jesus don't fail.
Right. And it took me some time, right?
Yeah, no, I know.
And so God was able to, that was the time where God was just like, hey, like, chill out, because I was just trying to say, okay, we close the church, let's start another church, and let's do this and do that. And God, I remember one day I was going over my parents' house, and I was just kind of like in this mode, and God was like, I need you to chill.
Yeah.
Like
be still, right?
Yeah, just be still, chill out, like get to know you. You've given all these different things to all these different people. Get to know who you are. And when I started doing that, I really started developing my relationship with him more, right? And I even started seeing the gift that I had in my own household with my wife, because it was more so all about me. And even though, you know, she was pastoring with me, a lot of people were always focused on me, but I'm sitting here like, man, I got this amazing gift in my house.
Right.
And so I said, you know what? I told my wife, I said, I'm just going to support you in whatever you do.
Yes.
So it's Monday morning prayers.
She's a great
Bible
speaker.
studies.
She's a great speaker herself.
Yeah.
She's gifted with it, for sure.
She can put it down. She just spoke at the women's conference at World Changers back in March.
Oh, that's awesome.
10,000 women there.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Like I uploaded the video on YouTube. In like a week or two, it had like 25,000 views. People were just pouring in and all that stuff. Like, and I'm just like, okay, this is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, and I know you've done some podcasts. You're about to launch another one. You've got other things coming up, which is great. And you know, and I'm here for you. Like, if you need anything, you know, you can just hit me up. I mean, I'm just a $10 pod. We're just $10 podcast here. So it's not like my after today and the cameras issues and all that. We always got something going on. In fact, I kind of look in our. Is everything working?
I don't know.
But you know, I mean, we don't know what we're doing here. So, but you know, look, if you want some advice, I'll give you that $10 advice, no problem.
I
right?
would gladly accept it.
So.